Alright guys, so today I'm going to work on mouse proofing, rodent proofing, whatever you want to call it, my cabin air filter intake. So what I noticed was the fan wasn't working very good. I wasn't getting very much blowing pressure from my fan, and I thought maybe it was my fan, so instead of checking my cabin air filter first, I just decided to buy a new fan because I thought maybe there was a fan that was faulty. But it wasn't the fan. The fan was fine. The blower fan was fine, the blower motor. And when I went to replace the actual filter, or at least check it, I noticed that it was completely clogged full of leaves. And I've had this happen once before where I noticed the filter was full of like what looked like squirrel hair or something. I don't know. And yeah, clearly the rodents are getting in there, and I need to just screen up the actual areas that they're getting in from. But I've so far already replaced the actual filter, and it was just a cheap one, but it's nice and clean now, and the blower pulled all the leaves out. There were so many leaves in there. I pulled them all out and vacuumed it out, and the fan is working fine now. So pretty much if you own a Tundra, you're going to want to check that, and even if it's not full of evidence of rodents getting in there, you're probably just going to want to rodent proof it anyways so it doesn't happen in the future. But yeah, here we go. So in order to get into the intake, you need to remove this section here of your underneath your wiper arms. So you're gonna have to remove your wiper arms, and then there's probably some clips under here. Yeah, I feel some clips. I'll have to kind of pop that cowling off. So yeah, probably want to just kind of mark either with tape where these wipers are set right now, so that we can just get them back into the same position afterwards. But yeah, so I'll mark them up and then start removing the wiper arms. Alright, so my wipers luckily popped off without too much effort. Next I want to remove these on either side of the cowling, and then I should just be able to pop up the clips that are holding this. I should be able to just pop them up, but yeah, I'll remove those first. Okay, this was definitely a little bit more awkward to remove than I thought. I kind of look at these now. You have to compress these here, probably with needle nose, in order to kind of push them up through those holes there. In the process, I kind of damaged some of them. I think I broke off some right here, just trying to pull it up, so oh well.
You guys.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, now that it's off, that's the intake for the cabin air filter. You might even be able to kind of see down there, but anyways, so they're getting in here somehow, so I'm gonna seal it all up. Alright, so it looks like there's kind of a gap in between this first layer, so I don't want to put the screen here on the outside. I want to put it on the inside to prevent them from getting in there, but because yeah, there's a lot of entry points for them to kind of get around, and in the back section there, might be able to seal that hole up there and they won't get in there, but I suppose that is an option. Put a screen here so they can't get back there. I don't know. I'm not sure how they can get back there, but I think I want to put a screen on the inside there. Alright, so I didn't really want to have to buy a whole roll of this, but pretty much it seemed like I had to. So it's 1/2 inch in distance here. They're 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square galvanized mesh. And then I'm going to secure it with some of this steel stick, JB Weld, just to make it easy on me. So I'll cut them out. I've got the these type of cutters just to cut the galvanized steel with, and yeah, probably do it with something else, like a good pair of like side cutters, but anyways, that's what I'm going to use. Alright, upon further inspection, it looks like I probably don't need to put the screen on the inside here. If I screen the outside of this and then screen there, because I'm kind of looking at this panel here and it doesn't look like there's any other entrance point into there. The way they're getting into this middle section looks like from the side here, there's like a little gap under here. Gaps in the truck here, back here. Anyways, there's different ways that rodents can get in into this section, which I'm not as concerned about. That's obviously getting into the cabin air filter. So I don't necessarily want them to nest in here, so I might spray some cedar oil or something in here, but regardless, that's the main spot I don't want them to get in. So I'm going to cover that up. Have a screen cut for there. I'm going to pinch this one behind this section here. You can see how it's kind of pressed against there, but I'll still put some JB weld on there. And then there's a hole there. I'm going to put that screen there, cover that hole. Yeah, I got another piece for here, so. There's a hole there too, so I'm going to cover that up. Had the screen somewhere. I don't know where it is now, but start cleaned up the metal around here so that hopefully that JB weld sticks. So my understanding is with this steel stick, we just cut little pieces off and then mix it up with the inside, because I guess the outside needs to mix with the inside. And then once we mix it up with just our fingers, I guess for now, it should be ready to start hardening up. So we'll just get little pieces, just cut it and start fastening it after we've mixed it up. Well, so far I've had to use a little more than I expected, just because it's a little awkward with the screen. When you push on one side of the screen, it kind of pulls up on the other side, but down to only a little chunk here. I did use my fingers, but it says to use gloves, but so far my hands feel all right. But yeah, you just mix it till it's a uniform color and then apply it, but I'm kind of running low. So I've got the tops done there. I haven't done this one because it seems to be pressed up against this section here pretty good. But I had to build up the top a little bit. So I'm gonna let the top kind of set a little bit. It's not the prettiest, you know. I suppose at the far end there I could have just used some self-tapping screws to fasten it in, and then just putty the bottom, but oh well. Anyways, so I've got this top done and this top done. Yeah, like I said, it's not pretty, but it's not going to show. And then I'll work on maybe the bottoms of these, or see how much I have left and see what gaps look the biggest at the bottom, and then just seal them up. But it might even hold the way it is. It might hold well enough just with the tops done once it's set. But I've got a little left, so I'll just use it up. But again, this screening won't prevent them from going into this compartment here, but it should prevent them from getting into the intake of the cabin air filter.